Hey you all, it's your girl Ashley Rochelle, and we're gonna have a little chat. I'm outside on my balcony, and this is not gonna be long, but I wanted to talk about manifestation, okay? And Snow White. Maybe Beauty and the Beast a little bit too, but I've I've evolved in my life, growing mentally, physically, more mentally in astonishing ways. And I, when I was a young girl, I always loved Beauty and the Beast, and it was one of my favorite stories because my mother gave me a book as a present, Beauty and the Beast, and it was personalized, and my sister and I names were like in these books. She gave us our own personal books. I had Beauty and the Beast, my sister had Aladdin. I'm not even sure if my sister remembers this, but I do. It was always one of my favorite, it was like my favorite birthday gift, like my entire life. Had it for years and years. However, growing up in Connecticut, we had a little stream in the back of our yard, in our backyard, and we had a flood. And the book got like stuck together, and I still had it for years. And then eventually I wound up getting rid of it. But Beauty and the Beast, one of my favorite stories. Loved the movie. As I got older, I started hearing like so many conversations about some of the Disney movies, and I kind of allowed what people were saying to influence my thoughts on these stories. I'm here today to tell you that these stories are about manifestation, okay? And I know there's like the Femininity podcast and the Manosphere podcast are having discussions about how these stories were so, that she was that this person was a slave or this and that and blah 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 blah. Listen to me, okay? Snow White. From the beginning of the Snow White story, and I had the Golden Book Snow White story. We actually just got rid of it. I didn't know, my son threw it away when he was like going through our books, but I'm going to order another one. So in the beginning of Snow White, they let you know, and I'm talking about everyone in Snow White manifested their own destiny, okay? Snow White, what did she want? She wanted her prince. She wanted her prince. And no matter what happened to Snow White, and there was literally a page inside of the Snow White book that lets you know that no matter what happened to Snow White, no matter what the stepmother did to her, she kept the vision in her head of her prince. Yes, she had to go through certain obstacles from other people's, like, realities, saying another person's reality who kind of impacted Snow White was the stepmother, the queen. The queen always feared that Snow White could look better than her. That wound up happening because that's what she feared the most. And you understand that with manifestation, if you think about something that you do not want, it will come to you. If you think about something that you want while thinking about what you don't have, you're still only going to create what you have. You're not going to actually get what you want because it's coming from a negative place, okay? You have to actually think about what you want from a positive, like, inner feeling of yourself, okay? You cannot think about what you genuinely want in a bad place. You can't. So the queen feared that Snow White was going to look better than her, and baby, one day, the mirror finally said, your wish is granted, okay? That's what happened. And Snow White had to go through different things because of the queen's like reality. So she, got banished. They tried to kill her. She was in a coma. And who knows that while she was in her coma that she wasn't still thinking about her prince. Because at the end of the story, regardless of what did she get? Her prince. And I know that there are people on YouTube who are saying, like, oh, that Snow White actually died, and her and the prince, like, she never really woke up, and she was in heaven. That's why you see her waving to the dwarves, and they're still crying because she technically was dead. Well, honey, guess what? Even if she was dead, was her prince not with her? Like, and I know that there's going to be some people who are definitely able to understand what I'm saying. No matter what happened to her, she focused on what she wanted, and that was her prince. Grumpy, I even said Grumpy, manifested his, he manifested what he thought was going to happen. In the book as well, there is a part that Grumpy says, Snow White's gonna bring us trouble. When they went upstairs and they saw her in the bed, if you go to the book, it tells you Grumpy said Snow White was gonna bring them trouble. Did she not bring them trouble? She did, and they had to deal with the queen and all that. So he even manifested something that he thought was going to happen. That is why also the queen came to where they were kind of living and was able to give Snow White the apple. That's his manifestation, because the queen was only just going to try to banish her and get her off. Like, I know she was going to try to do more than that, but it's still everyone's own piece of manifestation. Do not let anyone tell you a lie, okay? Beauty and the Beast. People were saying, like, I had seen podcasts and they were like, oh, she was kidnapped and he had her locked up, and baby, she told the Beast that she would go there, like, for her father's sake. That's on her doing. Yes, she wanted to fall in love with her abuser, as people would say, but my God, that's what she wanted. And it might be insane, but that's what she wanted. And the Beast wanted to change for her. He wanted to change within himself, but overall he changed for, let's re-say that. He wanted to change for her, but he had to change within himself. So that's why you see the acts of him, trying to learn to eat and things like that. Yeah, he was trying to impress her, but within himself, he said, I have to change. And did he not change? And they lived happily ever after, whichever way deemed best for them. Do not let these people tell you that, just don't let people tell you any and everything. Like, I'm emotionally intelligent. I'm very, very, let's not say smart, because smart doesn't mean what y'all think it means, okay? I'm emotionally intelligent. I'm book smart intelligent. I don't even know the other word yet, but don't let these people tell y'all any and everything. Even Aladdin, everything that they were asking for, they got. And if you know the true story of the genie and the lamp, you do know that you get unlimited wishes, because what? Your wish is my command. The universe, it's yours. Yeah, that's literally just the talk for the day. I'm about to go finish eating my grapes and go hang out with my kiddos and enjoy life. I love you all. And you'll see my charcoal and turmeric soap posted on my website coming up for Halloween. And I wish you all the best and nothing but peace and abundance to you all. Toodles!